Man, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Yes.
I see you doing some amazing things, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Likewise, I see the work that you're putting in.
Yeah, and this place is very, very significant, and I think we chose this for a reason.
Yes. See over here, all this land over here, this is all real estate. Land is real estate.
Wow.
Right? Everyone that's purchasing at this Daniels already has a discount. Right, this is how real estate works. If you know the future projection of what's happening,
that's it.
Right, then you know, okay, the price per square foot, they have to charge higher at the new location because of what they purchased the land for.
True. Welcome to Mount Pleasant in Brampton, Ontario, a community with a very high efficient transportation systems and network. This place is one of the most popular growing places in Brampton and in Canada in general. The place is a very luxurious area. If you have a family, this is the place I will recommend for you. And currently, MPV by Daniels is located right by the GO station. This is a very high efficient neighborhood with all the amenities, transportation systems connecting Brampton, Toronto, Mississauga, and all these different places. Man, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Yes.
I see you doing some amazing things, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Likewise, I see the work that you're putting in. Serving the community, getting information out there.
Yes.
Thank you for reaching out.
And this place is very, very significant, and I think we chose this for a reason.
Yes,
exactly. This is what. Well, can you explain a little bit about where we're standing, though?
Yeah. So right now, this is the Mount Pleasant GO station, right? And we're in the northwest side of Brampton, and this is where pretty much the city, they have their focus here in the city. I'm close with Patrick Brown, right? And when it comes to residential development, this is where they're actually putting a lot of attention on, because this is where the land is, right? But most importantly, this is where the station is. And with this station, everything could build around it, because it's at the core and downtown Toronto. So Brampton is like the center point, of pretty much innovation, right? So when it comes to even the cybersecurity they have, the things they're planning to do downtown, it all runs off of this Mount Pleasant GO train, right? So that's why I wanted us to come here and start here, because everything that we go see, it builds around this. Exactly.
So probably gonna take a walk, and I seen a big tower right behind me right here. So just take a walk and walk us through what is happening here behind us.
Yes, exactly. So this right here is MPV.
Yeah, come forward a little bit though.
It's condo. These condos are actually Mount Pleasant Village. That's what MPV stands for.
Okay.
Right. We're in Mount Pleasant. Right. And this is actually a mix. It's affordable housing and private housing. Right. So what's actually happening is this tower, the big tower, is for.
The train is coming. So the train is gonna.
And the trains, they go. They're pretty long.
So we're gonna get closer to it, and then we're gonna get closer. And then,
so I can explain exactly. So Mount Pleasant Village is, as you hear the train, there's a lot of activity that's going on over here. So that's why MPV. This is the prime location for anyone that's looking to work. If you work downtown, you don't need a car. Just come over here, walk across the street. You're on the GO train, you're going downtown, right? Or you're going to Kitchener, wherever you need to go. Come here, because this is also the main bus station here in Brampton. So if you want to travel anywhere in Brampton, you can get here, or even if you need to go to Toronto, you're going to start here, and you're going to transfer yourself out. So this high rise, that's what it is. It's affordable housing. And then on the side, you see the lower level over here. These are all private. So these were on sale. We were platinum agents. We sold them. Actually sold in 1 weekend. All of them sold out in 1 weekend.
1 week.
1 weekend.
Wow.
1 weekend.
Wow.
Right. So exactly. So that's only 2-3 days.
Wow.
Right. So now they actually they just launched MPV2, right, which is the next Daniels development that's here. We're gonna go there and we'll take a look at that. But that's pretty much almost sold as well. They already started digging the ground, right? And they're starting to build, right? There are some units left, right? And if whether you're an investor or a first-time home buyer, this is the location that you want to be, because we know there's going to be appreciation. Right? There's many factors, and as we go there, I'll explain why. But so pretty much. That's where we're starting, MPV, and Mount Pleasant stands for Mount Pleasant Village, so it starts right here at the GO station.
That's a very good explanation. So we're gonna move on to the other side, and he's gonna walk us through a little bit more what is happening also on that area as well. So stay tuned. So we're just taking a little bit of a stroll through the GO station area and the busing terminal.
Get the activity right here at the buses.
Yeah,
right there.
See the buses are all right behind it. And just right also the condominiums, as he explained, is all behind it as well. So just as we're walking around, like, do you know, like, when was this place established, especially the Mount Pleasant Boat area? What was the master plan?
Yeah, so Mount Pleasant, this is actually established, what, 10 years ago?
10 years ago,
So
okay.
you see on the other side here, that was a Mattamy project.
Okay.
Right, so the Mattamy, on the next side, they have a large development of townhouses, condo townhouses, detached, and it's now they're done here, and now obviously they're expanded outside.
Okay.
So that was the main hub, right? And you know, the train has been running, but the GO train hasn't been running until they actually established this location. It was more just industrial trains, as we see behind us, that's running.
Yeah.
Right, but once they set the Mount Pleasant, it was the plan, you know, for that GO train to continue. So the city of Brampton, they just actually announced Weekend GO, which just got announced about a month ago. So before, the GO train only ran on rush hour times, right? So early morning and evening. So if you wanted to catch it, you had to catch it at a certain time.
Okay.
But now it's also running on weekends, and soon the city plan is for it to be 24 hours.
Whoa.
Right, yeah,
24
hours running.
Wow.
Right, so, you know, obviously, we know the federal government plan, they have a plan, you know, to have over 500,000 immigrants come into this country every year, right? So they got to have the infrastructure for that, right? And it's important that infrastructure, you know, you pre-plan it, right? Because if you don't, then after, you know, the roads, everything will be off, right? So, you know, so that's pretty much what happened over here. They started the homes, and then they built the station. Okay. And now they're going more high density because you know, there's a lot of people moving here. Yeah. Right? So in this area, they're not focusing on single home detached no more. Okay. Right. It's going to be all condos and condo townhouses. That's all you're going to see being built from here and moving all along in the open land that they have.
So what are some of the benefits, though? I know you kind of described some of them already in terms of the stations, but what other benefits can individuals actually gain investing in this location, or even moving in here, renting or so? What are some of the benefits they can get from this location?
Well, first and foremost, you don't need a vehicle, right? And that's one of the main things what Daniels is really emphasizing on. So MPV2, it's the first eco-urban community in Brampton. So they're going all green, right? They have solar panels on the condo townhouses. Inside the building, the energy is going to be run on energy efficiency, right? And they don't want cars, so many of the units come with no parking, right? So that's the main reason, is because you have transportation right here, right? And you know, that's one of the main focuses that they're doing, because it's high density. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be condensed in the area. Imagine if every one of them had a car that was driving on the road, right? So that's why they're focused on, okay, we're going to go high density, but this is everyone's transportation right here. Right? You know, that's one of the main features. So if you are a first-time home buyer, you know, hey, you got your mortgage, and right now we know the rates are higher. You know, the cost is a lot more. So you know, you don't have to worry about car insurance. You don't have to worry about, you know, you're paying for a vehicle and things like that. Right? And even, you know, if you are buying a home, and I don't know if many reviewers are aware of this, but if you do have a car, a lot of times people that have a car and they're making payments on their car cannot get a home because their debt service ratio is too high. Because of that. Yes, exactly. Every month they got to pay for their car. So when qualifying for a mortgage, so that's one thing that's actually hindering people from actually getting qualified to purchase a home. Right? So over here, you don't have to worry about that. You know, you have your proximity to transportation is close, and at the same time, your costs are they cut down as well. You know, so there's a lot of key factors for that. Also for investors, right? This is a prime location for investors. I have many investors that purchase at both locations because, you know, as we see, there's a lot of students here. Right. So you know, you're getting a lot of students, and even people who are, you know, starting their work. Right. But this place will always be full. You'll never have vacancy in a location like this. Oh, the GO train just stopped by. You got to get that as well.
That's the GO station, GO train right there. It's coming from downtown, and they also go to downtown. So that's just a prime example what he's talking about.
And right before we actually met, there was another train that came about like 10-15 minutes ago, right?
Before he came,
so you see how they're coming, right? And they're going to be picking up on that. They're going to be more and more, you know, GO trains coming back and forth. and that's the location. But as I was mentioning with investors, one of the main issues with investors is vacancy, right? So there's a very, very low vacancy rate when you're close to public transportation.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Everyone says location, location, location.
Yes.
And that's one of the main factors of location is public transportation. Right? So that's covered. Right? So as an investor, you don't need to worry about if you get a unit with parking, right? Because you don't need parking, right? You have the unit and the turnaround on there. The people will be in there for longer, and if it's ever empty, you have someone that's going to rent it right away.
So tell me a little bit though, because Brampton is not the only place in the Greater Toronto area. You have Mississauga, Milton, Oakville, Burlington. So why this Brampton so special, and actually this destination, why is it so special in comparison with all the towns and the cities I just mentioned?
I would say, honestly, I have to start with the leadership.
Okay.
I have to give it up. Like I said, I'm close to Mayor Patrick Brown.
Yeah.
Right, and he has big vision, big goals, and you know, he sees the future of the city. Brampton is a melting pot of all communities.
Yeah.
You know, you go, you're mixed with Indians, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Filipino, Italians, Portuguese. You know, like pretty much everyone around the world is in Brampton. So what that's doing is bringing industry from around the world. Okay. You have people from all over the world aware of Brampton. Everyone knows Brampton because they have family members, you know, that live in Brampton, right? So what's happening is, you know, people from outside countries are coming here and looking for opportunities, bringing their business over here. You know, so, and it's so young. Brampton's so young. Like if we're talking GTA, we talk about Toronto and Mississauga. When you go to those cities, there's no land, right? But over here we have some pieces of land, and the piece of land that we have, you know, we're utilizing them strategically. You know, it's not like we're just gonna build something on it. We're gonna build something that, you know, in the future, you know, it has good use. So
these are all some of the buses, right in live action right behind us. So yeah, definitely. But what kind of job does people expect to get in Brampton? Because that's a big factor, right? When you trying to relocate to a location or even invest.
Exactly.
So in terms of job-wise, healthcare sector, tech sector, you know, social services and all those things, what kind of jobs does people actually can expect to get in Brampton?
Well, in terms of jobs, the number one thing is think about jobs that have longevity. Jobs of the future. Right. And as I mentioned, in downtown core, they're focusing on cybersecurity. Right. As you see right now, we're going into Web3. Right. So we see the future of technology. You know, everything is changing into the digital era. Right. We see AI. You know how AI is advancing.
It's a big one.
Right. We see the cryptocurrency. You know, which is advancing. Right. And you know, if this is all digital. So with all of these things that are happening, we got to be able to protect ourselves, right? So cybersecurity right now is going to be one of the biggest things. So you can have all the cyber stuff, but if you're not secure, you know, then, you know, things get penetrated, right? And we know the blockchain is one of the most secure networks, right? And then on top of that, every single industry is going to need to protect themselves in the cybersecurity space. So I know that's one of the main focuses in Brampton. And it used to be Ryerson, now it has a new name.
Toronto Metropolitan University.
Exactly, Toronto Metropolitan University. They are expanding into Brampton with the cybersecurity hub. Right. On top of that, like I mentioned, there's a lot of real estate that's going on. So anyone that's looking to get into real estate, you know, it's an amazing profession. There's going to be so many new things that are being built. And there's so many homes that are already built. Right. And there's not enough agents, in my opinion. I think the industry is very, very young over here, and we're welcoming, you know, professionals, you know, that are going to be coming into the industry that we can work together. Because real estate industry, it's an industry of collaboration.
For sure.
Right. We got to connect. You know, who you know, I don't know, right? And there could be opportunities that are available that maybe my clients have, right? So I think that's a really good industry as well. And then
the healthcare too.
Healthcare is exactly.
They got a hospital here.
And that's where they're focusing as well. So they're expanding the Peel Memorial. Right. And obviously they have they have a space that's located by Mississauga Road and Williams Parkway that they're planning to build a third hospital, right? But right now they're focused on the Peel Memorial to make it a full service. Right now it's only urgent care, right? So it closes every day. But they just got funding from the provincial government, right, to make a full service hospital.
And even I heard they might even get a medical school there.
Medical schools. Even already started. So Sheridan College, the one, the campus there in Brampton by Steeles and Ontario, you know, they're focused on medical, right? And then also by near the hospital around there, you have Algoma. You know, a lot of these schools are focused on the medical
health. So a lot is happening there.
Yeah, so much is happening.
A lot is happening, man. So we're gonna be taking you to the other side to showcase to you. And the conversation continues, man. So stay tuned. So, bro, let's talk a little bit about pre-construction, man. And just what are some of the benefits of the pre-constructions?
Okay, pre-construction. The benefit of pre-construction, first off, is that you don't have to go to a bunch of houses, you know, and actually walk through the houses and see what they are. You get a layout of floor plans, right? So it's more of a vision. Right, it's more of a vision, so you can see the different floor plans that are available, and then you do the math, right? Because with pre-construction, it's about the price per square foot.
Okay.
And what are you getting for the price per square foot, and then what else is selling in and around the area, and what's the price per square foot for those units, right? So if the math works out, right, then it becomes a no-brainer, right? And you know, that's mainly with the clients that I work with. I work with a lot of investors, right? And that's when we talk numbers, right? When you talk numbers, then it has to make sense, right? And with pre-construction, what you're doing is you're purchasing something 4 or 5 years in advance, right? So you're parking your money, right? And over time, that money is actually appreciating as the value of that property appreciates.
For sure,
right? And right now, if you know mortgage brokers, and I'm close with many mortgage brokers, but there's something, there's new products that they have where you get 100% financing. Because your project's 4 or 5 years out, right? When it's time to close, the property value has gone up 100, 200,000, right? So now when you're going for your mortgage, you can actually now get money on the time of closing.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, man, that's what's going on right now because the value has increased so much. You know, when it comes time to get your mortgage, now they can actually approve your mortgage on the new value. Right, so you purchase it at a price, but then there's a new value of it
that is being added.
Hey, that's been added, right? So a lot of people, investors, they'll go and they'll take that money and they'll go put it in another property and do the same thing and repeat it over and over and over, right? And these things, it's not a matter of, you know, it's just a matter of whether you know or you don't know. Because the people, right? Because the people who are doing it, you know, they're laughing. You know, they're doing it over and over. And most people with their first time, they're hesitant. Right. A lot of my clients are homeowners that have been in their home for 10 plus years and have equity that's sitting in their home. Right. And you know, me sitting them down and just showing them, okay, look, you could pay off your mortgage in your house, right? But after you pay off your mortgage, you don't even get to enjoy all that money that it's been building. Right. But if you use some of that money, whether you go for a HELOC, home equity line of credit, or you get a refinance on your home, right? Depending on the rates right now, of course, the rates are up and down, but even if you get a HELOC, right, and you go and you buy an investment property, right, you even get tax advantages, right, because of it's a business now, right? So now that you have a business, you know, the interest on these loans, you could write off a percentage of them, right? There's so many different benefits that you could get from getting pre-construction, right? And on top of that, with pre-construction, especially with condos, most of them come with free assignment. Right, what the assignment is before you close, right before your closing date, you can actually assign that property to another buyer.
You need to sell it to somebody.
You can sell it to somebody else, so you don't even have to gain possession of the property. Right, so you lock in and you get it over time. You just look at the numbers going up, and then before you close, you sell it to someone at current market value. But because you bought it 4 or 5 years in advance, you know, you actually made, you know, 100,000, however much you made, right? And then you can go use that and go put it to somewhere else, right? And what investors and being an investor, you know, it's about having your money work for you, right? That's what an investor is. Have your money work for you, right? So, you know, I have a question for all your viewers: is your money working for you, right? And if it's not, you know, please reach out to me because, you know, we got to get the money working. You're Ghanaian, I'm Ghanaian as well. And we know Ghanaians work so hard, but physically, you know, physically, right? So now we got to get the money working hard, just as hard as we do, right? And that way we can relax more, right? And that's what pre-construction allows you to do.
Beautiful, beautiful, man.
That's why, you know, I really encourage people, even if you're not in real estate, get an interest in real estate.
Yes.
Right? Because then you could see different opportunities and leverage.
Yeah.
You know, leverage from the opportunities that you see.
Yeah.